Okay, you're live.
Hello, everyone. This is Keith, live from Visioncon, here with Fat Steven Seagal. And
I am not at VisionCon.
no, you're still in that mighty land of Canada.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Look, first of all, I just want to apologize for not being here on the regular Friday show. And to tell Fat Steven you did a fantastic job yesterday.
Okay, good.
Very impressed, as always. And also to tell everyone else that showed up, what? What's so funny?
I did a good job. I'm sorry. I laugh when I hear that. It's okay. This is okay. Keith's screen is black. Is that some
Uh,
type of rate? Yeah, it is. It's his black is overwhelming. That's right. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone in the chat. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. We have Mr. Tickle Trunk. Whether he's here or not, this is for Gary. Yes, Gary wishes he could be here, but he's busy with the wife doing important married guy stuff. So, but I'm here with you. And let me just say for a moment, here with a very special guest, my kid, who will eventually be getting her own show with Gary's daughter, Zoe. Um, she gets the horns from her mom's side of the family, but but so it appears that first and foremost that there have been some changes to the CW since the last time I've been on,
Yeah.
and uh, it looks like both Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow are no more.
Yeah.
I gotta say
It's great.
personally, I'm sorry to hear that people are losing their jobs, but at the same time, you know, I think this is all part of the Zaslav
Zaslav.
curse
It is. I think it
because
is. They're
he's
cleaning
out
house.
there just he's snapping necks and cashing checks.
Did you
And
hear the other rumor?
what?
Supposedly, Warner is also thinking about selling off their gaming division to either Sony or Epic or someone else, or EA. Sorry, EA, Xbox, or
Wow!
Sony. Yeah, so
Wow!
that means that the Arkhams can fall under a different property.
Wow! See,
That's also
see what
Mortal
happens
Kombat
when
too.
you
I think.
produce bad stuff. You see what
Yeah,
happens because
Mr. Trickle.
outside of
Sorry,
go ahead.
Mr. Trickle Trunk for 5 Canadian pesos says this one is for Keith because he bothers showing up. So you got.
Well, thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Let me just say that while I have showed up, I am in a not that noisy of a room. I'm in one massive room in the dealer's room of Visioncon, and being back, being able to show up at a convention, that feels good. It feels good to be surrounded by people having fun and many people in some really incredible costumes, some excellent cosplay, and other dealers. So, but thank you very much. And Monkey Jeebus says rumors are Mattel is looking to sell. You know what? If they are, I hope whoever ends up buying them will take care of the IP that they have, take care of a lot of the original stuff they have, and not go all crazy with it. Because again, you know, we are still kind of recovering in this country. It's not like everybody can go out and afford a lot of things at this point, but things seem to be getting noticeably, well, a little bit better a day at a time. Uh, I just think that at this point, you know, uh, it would be great to have Mattel return to prominence. I know what it meant to me in my childhood, and I don't know about you, Steven. I don't know if you had any Mattel toys growing up, but it'd be great to have them back in some capacity to where, we could see them getting some really cool things to make. It, like, for instance, I've not seen any Mattel Marvel or Mattel DC stuff, so
I haven't seen any Mattel anything.
Lovely Sherry, hello T-shirted historian. Wow, PJO.
Ooh, that means Hot Wheels, Barbie, Uno, Mega, American Girl, and all that stuff. So, that's a. Ooh.
Well, there have been a few Hot Wheels related DC and Marvel things they've had over the years. I just haven't really seen any lately. It would be great to get back to some really, really cool, high quality stuff. So,
yeah, that's messed up if they're actually going to get sold. But the problem is, you better not get it under a company that doesn't really care. So that's the biggest problem right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they could bring back Shogun Warriors.
I like that. That. Now, see, that would sell, but it would have to be someone that, first of all, respect the legacy of that particular product. Who could actually buy Mattel at this point?
Wait, who's doing the Godzilla franchise right now with Kong?
Oh, it's a good question.
HBO?
I'd have to look that one up. Possibly, but I don't know if Zaslav would be willing to go down that road, considering all the cost cutting he's doing. Right now, he's just looking for stuff to cut. He's in a cutting mood, and it's not like Disney can turn around and do anything at this point, because I don't think they're really sure financially what they're going to be like a year from now, given a lot of the stuff that's going on. So, aside from gas, Amazon, would you really like Mattel to be purchased by Amazon? I can't.
No,
I can't even really.
No.
Oh, I mean, I can't even believe what they would end up doing with a company like Mattel. Ooh,
I don't think Amazon would be able to do anything that'd be worthwhile. Honestly, if anything, I would like to see Hot Toys acquire Mattel.
Ooh,
Sideshow Collectibles. They would get free reign to actually make some quality statues and take back all their money.
You know what? That would be that's a really great idea, because they could use Mattel to create a line of toys that would be a little more affordable than the regular Hot Toys. Because, you almost have to sell a kidney to buy a Hot Toy.
Yeah, I'll never own one, but
not that I've looked lately.
Oh, I've looked. I'd say you look and not touch. Like Hot Toys websites, like literally window shopping. Like I would love to have that, but I would like to also pay rent tomorrow. So,
well, this could be one of the coolest stories now, depending on who would step up to attempt to buy them. I fear, though, that we may actually monkey Jeebus. I'll say this. My biggest fear is that Amazon would be the one to step up, because they're the only ones that seemingly aren't really experiencing any money problems. I can't think of any other entity out there that can easily slide in and buy it outside of maybe Hot Toys. But I'm not even sure about Hot Toys. I'd love it if it were Hot Toys, but I can't. That's too much for me. It's bad enough that they're doing the Lord of the Rings or the Rings of Power, whatever we want to call it now. I know.
Sorry.
I know. That's leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
But Mattel also has like Disney,
But
Pixar, Toy Story, and like Jurassic World, DC. They have a bunch of stuff.
yeah, they do. This could be a gateway in for. Look, this would be Amazon's chance to actually do something, but it's not a. I just don't want to see that. I really don't want to see Amazon's version of a lot of this stuff.
Oh god, they'd ruin Mighty Max. They'd ruin Ghostbusters. They would literally ruin Brave Star.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Wow. Well, here's the other big story. It seems that they, some of you already know this, but it seems now that the film Fantastic Four needs a director.
The director stepped away. I saw that. Yeah.
James Watts has exited Fantastic Four as its director.
Mm-hmm.
And so the big search is on as to who's going to replace him for the MCU version or debut of the Fantastic Four. Personally, there are a few people here that have approached me about the possibility of James Gunn doing it. And James Gunn, while an interesting choice, I don't think he'll do it. I think he's already outside of Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't see him doing anything else different for the MCU. How about you?
If he were, it would be quite hilarious. Chris Pratt given a role just to piss off the woke mob. Honestly,
that would be.
Yeah, I would do it.
That'd be the ultimate thumb in the eye to all those people that are not big fans of Chris Pratt. So, that would be fantastic. It would be something that local media. Yeah. Oh, hello, deleted.
Good evening, Keith. How are you?
I am good. Good. I mean, again, sitting here at this convention and watching all the interesting costumes and everything else, there are a lot of people dressed as Spider-Man. I mean, not surprised, but wow. Anyway, deleted. Let me ask you, who would you put up as being someone that could actually direct the MCU's Fantastic Four film?
Well, I'd have to be with you on this. My first thought would be James Gunn, but would he do it?
Wow, that seems to be something that. Okay, I guess James Gunn seems to be everybody's big choice at the moment, but there's got to be. There's got to be somebody.
No, that's the thing, though. James Gunn is the only person that has kept pretty much all of his Guardians within line of the other Guardians, and it still fulfills. I don't know much about what his Dad and the Planet movie and how many people were partaking of that, but James Gunn, I think, could not only add the seriousness, but the I guess maybe the humor aspect at the same time. But I don't want it. That's the thing. James Gunn's really why I think the only reason why James Gunn's the only one coming up in everyone's mouths is because everyone else is you're terrified. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
There's no safe name.
Actually, there is one safe name. Let's just go straight to the source. Brad Bird.
Oh, he would be good.
The creator and director of The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Which technically is Fantastic Four.
True, but I would also hand it off to Favreau and let him do an Iron Man on it. if he was willing.
If he was willing.
Yeah, that's
Well,
always the question.
I mean,
Is,
if
Willie, you know,
if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't chase him off first. Wow.
Monkey G was
that
the
is
same
good.
Michael Bay.
Oh, you got to be kidding, man! I hope you're kidding.
no Monkey
We
G,
want
the
people to
bad
actually
monkey.
like this movie. You know what? Let me try to treat this a little serious with the whole Michael Bay thing. I would say
Nolan.
yes. Nolan would be good. I would say yes to Michael Bay if he had no ability to change the script. If all he did was direct, I would say yes to Michael Bay.
If I
I'd have
wanted
to
to do
get
something
that guarantee.
crazy, if I wanted something crazy,
Okay.
I would approach Tarantino first.
Okay,
Sometimes the
I
directors
got to
that-
give it up to you, Steven. I got to give it up. I have not heard that. I've not heard his name come up at all for this. I never would have thought, but that is really cool.
I think he would handle it a different aspect, and he would give him something different to try to apply himself to.
Well, he did want to
I'm
do
sure that-
a Luke Cage film at one time.
See, now
So he
that
might
would be
be up.
that would be better.
Yeah.
Tarantino doing a Luke Cage film. Now that would be more along the lines of what I would like. That would be so much fun for the entire family, really.
See, the problem is with Michael
Wow.
Bay, Transformers, was it The Dark of the Moon? That's going to linger over him forever. And if anyone says Ryan Johnson, I will bury you.
Well,
why
I'm sure
did he go
Amber
ahead
Heard
and-
would like to angle for the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
I don't really know, man. That's a hard one.
It is a hard one. I don't usually try to ask the really hard questions, but again, Kevin Feige's going to have to go out and find himself a director for the Fantastic Four, and I'm hoping it's not some, director that has never really directed any major films before, who has an artistic bent that is pretty much the opposite of what the Fantastic Four are about. We don't need any more of that. So I've about had it.
We all have.
After what happened with the Eternals, I can't really see that being a good idea. I would almost go with a Michael Bay if it meant not having to suffer through.
We do want to thank you for coming out to Visioncon 2022.
It went really quiet all of a sudden.
Keith, you're muted.
Probably because the announcer.
Yeah. Well, Sox Bulletins in the chat has definitely brought up a name that could be controversial in certain circles.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
Yep.
But
He's
they're
never
they're-
handled a movie of that.
But isn't he handling the season 2 for Revelations? Isn't that the Mark Hamill kind of gave a nod that that's already in production?
Yeah, and also he's never handled a film of that size. you know that they're going to spend a lot of money on Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and he's still worried about Clerks 3, so technically he would be out of service anyways.
Yeah. Huh. This is a difficult one, and although I will say, everyone in the chat, they are coming up with a few names that I at least haven't heard from a lot of the people around here, because again, everybody seems to be stuck on James Gunn. And again, there's nothing wrong with James Gunn. I like the dude, but I personally do not think James Gunn would actually do Fantastic Four. That's just my feeling. If he does, if they announce him as the director, I'll be happy with it. But I personally do not think he'll want to go out of his way to do it.
No. I think Nolan could pull off a great Doctor Doom film and give him a chance to see if he can pull off the Fantastic Four. Why even do the Fantastic Four? Let's go right to Doom. Let's give us a movie about an enemy.
You know, there is one other filmmaker that I think would fit. And it's going to sound weird at first, but Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. What does that
Shaun
mean?
of the Dead.
That would work. That would work. Yeah, actually.
And he was the original writer director of Ant-Man.
That could be pulled off,
I think
actually.
Edgar Wright would be the kind of guy. He's got a relationship with Marvel and with Kevin Feige, even though he didn't direct Ant-Man. I think he would do very well on a Fantastic Four film. And he is definitely a geek. Oh, Monkey. Monkey keeps coming up with all kinds of really good ones.
But we know how sensitive Mangold is. So thank you, Salty Nerd
True.
Podcast.
And Colin Trevorrow would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hello,
well,
speaker.
Yeah. Mr. Tickle Trunk, at this point, I think everyone can agree to that. If we can just get a director that isn't going to have any ideology and just make a good movie, I think everyone can agree that that's really what we're angling for. Ultimately, that's going to really depend on how Kevin Feige wants to go forward with a lot of this stuff. So, and let's see. Speaker, hello. How are you? Okay, now Socks. Del Toro is a good choice. Del Toro would be good, but I don't think Fantastic Four is the kind of movie that would satisfy his whole creature obsession. You know, well, maybe The Thing, but he would have to make the entire movie kind of centered on The Thing a little bit. I could see him being happy with it if it were like that.
It's a sad day when we realize there's not many good directors to rely on anymore.
It is kind of sad. I mean, again, it's hard since everything's become about ideology now.
Mhm.
It really does make a difference. But I'm telling you, if you can find a director that's willing to make a movie that doesn't try to include a lot of ideology, then I think you could have something there. I think a lot of people would gravitate towards it.
Mhm. They'd also have to defeat the legacy of the last Fantastic Four films and try not to go down that road.
Well, that's where you're going to have to stick as close as you can to the source material. Just only try to deal with as many classic Fantastic Four villains as you can. I'd almost start out with the Mole Man. I know that's not big and flashy, but we've already done the whole Doctor Doom thing with Fantastic Four. If you really want to try to separate yourself, start out with a lot of the, use kind of like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man formula. Just try to go classic all the way. Don't do anything that's new and modern. Just go with a lot of the classic villains and go that direction and work your way up to a Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tickle Chunk says, oh, wait a minute. Speaker says,
Oh, shoot. They could know. They could literally tie it in with Ant-Man and just use Psycho Man.
That sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
He comes from the microverse, aka the quantum realm. And it would be something that escaped, and he can actually tie it in from like one of the Ant-Man movies or one of the Ant-Man tech from the films. It had like a side product, something else escaped, and from there, Fantastic Four.
Wow. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. I do. I think that would really work. Now, I would pay good money to see that.
Yeah.
Now, Sox brings up Sam Raimi.
Yep.
But I don't know if Sam Raimi wants to do anything outside of Spider-Man at this point. I mean, I know he's already done Doctor Strange, but I don't know.
It's hard to tell. They could also introduce Mephisto if they really wanted to as well. Annihilus.
That's a good villain.
Kang.
Wow. Yeah. Then again, another thing to consider is, well, I mean, things are starting to get really serious now with the direction that they're heading in the MCU. We have Black Panther 2 coming. And depending on who the confirmed villains are for that movie, that might just change how a lot of this goes. You know, they may just have to strategically bring in someone like a Doctor Doom. Although I personally think Doctor Doom is such a great villain, he doesn't necessarily have to be introduced in a Fantastic Four movie. I wouldn't be opposed to doing him again, but then you'll get a lot of fans that'll think, well, we've seen this before, you know, and that's not what you want to do. So I think, if Feige just wasn't trying to ride that woke train, I think this would be a little easier.
I hope Phoenix Force is not in Lord of the Thunder. It would not make sense because you don't introduce the Phoenix Force without the X-Men. You're taking away a whole story if they do that. The Phoenix Saga in general, especially from the Fox Kids cartoon, is something that they have a template for, and it could be a 3-film trilogy if they do it right. Introduce the X-Men, introduce something in the middle, and then the Phoenix Four. Whatever you want to do, just do something that's not just attaching yourself from another property.
I agree. I agree. So the question then becomes, I mean, are we going to actually get Fantastic Four before the X-Men or after the X-Men?
Well, supposedly, since the X-Men are being introduced within Multiverse of Madness, we're already getting X-Men. If you think about Professor Xavier in his yellow chair, and that's the leak that's out there right now.
Yes. Huh. Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. This is a really, really tough nut to crack. See, this is one of those instances where having Gary's point of view might help shake a few things loose. So you are missed, Gary. Okay. Well, listen. Now the other big story that, well, relatively big, depending on whether or not you're a fan. The other story that has since come about is it's looking like if you're a fan of the Harley Quinn animated series, then you'll be happy to know that Kite Man's getting a spinoff.
Oh, God.
He's a funny character on that show.
Yeah, he's funny, but they can just make him into a simp that chases Poison Ivy all the time. They got to make him like naive with a little bit of Booster Gold in him, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm terrified.
Well, I mean, what other character, Batman villain, would you choose for a spinoff? No matter how wacky. Well, there is a limit. Condiment King, I don't know if we could actually sit through an entire show.
You could do Clayface, and every episode or whatever, or something like that, he's having like a multiple personality problem because he keeps waking up as a different person because he doesn't realize he's Clayface.
That's good. That's real good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. Clayface is another one of the breakout characters from that show. I do like the caricaturist way that they have those characters in that show. Because it's not really meant to be the comic book versions of I mean the accurate comic book version of those characters. It's all parody. So I like it. Another good one, Steven.
Thank you.
Maybe Kevin Feige ought to defer to you.
Oh, that's right. So I can get shit on just as much. Yeah, no, thank you.
You have a lot of really good ideas, my friend.
Thank you. I still think they need to stop making movies and start working on like full series, even if they're animated. That's on both sides. Yeah. And I still want Challengers of the Unknown, and I think they have a way of doing it, but they don't want to. I don't want to see Ghost Rider. I don't want to see any more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Avengers or another rendition of Captain. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired.
Well, this this is where diving deep into the IP of both DC and Marvel would be very helpful. To me, if they decided to just do nothing but films, if DC decided to do nothing but films related to Jack Kirby, so Commandy, OMAC, his version of Challengers of the Unknown, that'd be fantastic. I mean, that it's different. All of those would be different, and you could fix the Eternals by just basically doing Jack Kirby's the Eternals is Jack Kirby. I mean, that was the thing that blew me away about that movie. You took a Kirby idea and turned it into that. So I can't explain it.
Nobody wants an Eternals 2 speaker. Nobody. that would work as well, or Celticism would work. Yeah, there's a bunch. I can't ever say his name right.
Well, listen, our final topic,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if you guys have already covered it. I'm sure you guys have covered it individually. Is I haven't gotten a chance to really talk about the death of Neil Adams.
Oh yeah,
that hurts. You know, that hits very, very hard. I had the distinct pleasure of getting a chance to meet him on 2 occasions, and I found him to be fun. Very inventive guy. And of course, the co-architect of what I consider to be my Batman. And I think that's what Gary has said in the past. Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams's Batman is really, I think, our Batman. He is that definitive version of the character that when you say Batman, that's, I think, what we both think of. How about you? Were you a fan of Mr. Adams's work?
I liked his artwork. I don't have or haven't ever read a lot of his comics, but I'm going to have to. Like when I said I stopped comics, I stopped all comics, and that's been 5-6 years, I think now. So I'll have to go diving in, but if they can pull off the darkness of what I saw in the Neil Adams artwork and do an animated series like they did with Spawn back in the day with HBO and keep it dark and gritty, they could make it something better. Like not long Halloween bullshit. Literally keep it like a Spawn format, but use the Neil Adams artwork and stories.
That I would. Yeah.
I would hand it off to McFarlane. Let McFarlane do the Neil Adams Batman and do it as a series.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Again, you're 3 for 3.
Well, he did a lot of artwork when it came to Psycho Killers and the alleyways and all that stuff. Hell's whatever you want to call it. So he can apply the same thing.
I agree. I think they should. I think DC should just do a special issue, a tribute to Neil Adams, and have Todd McFarlane do a special story. That'd be fantastic.
That would work. Because
what does everybody in the chat have to say? True. Let's see. Monkey says. Okay. Oh, here we go. Monkey G. Oh, he says Eternals are robots. And they can be rebooted to Kirby's versions. That's an interesting idea. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can definitely imagine that, Tickle Trunk. So, yeah. Well, I look personally. I don't think. Well, comics haven't really been the same for quite a while, but I really do think that this, for those of you who aren't not familiar with Neil Adams' work, you can go ahead and Google his work, more specifically his Batman work, and marvel at just, I mean, everything everyone is saying about this guy, the tributes that are pouring in, especially the one that was from Alex Ross, that was on Twitter. That speaks volumes. Okay, there is a reason why so many people enjoyed his work, and as far as I'm concerned, uh, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams were an integral, creative inspiration and part of everything that everyone loved about Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And every Batman that has happened to come on the scene since then. So,
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you're enjoying.
The question is, though, Keith, what did you buy for yourself at the con? And are you going to spoil it or save it when you get back?
I have bought a few things.
Internet connection wasn't one of them. Welcome to the Fat Stevens Show, where I make bad jokes while people lose internet. Hi, Steven. How are you doing?
Hello. Well, I did have one question.
Oh.
If anybody in the chat wants to jump into this, um, the director of the Fast and the Furious films walked off the set first week into filming. Who do you think might replace him?
Anyone who wants to deal with Brie Larson.
Well, I don't, and I'm not trying to defend her, but I don't think that like she was the issue, because I think we would have heard of that by now if there were any clashes behind the scenes. I'm starting to wonder if there wasn't maybe some sort of personal issue that he had, or a health thing, and maybe that's why he bowed out. Just as a theory.
Keith?
Hi,
We can hear
sorry
you.
about that.
Oh,
Thank you. Oh, and Das Wolfen. Guess what? I've got Das Wolfen here with me.
Well, he looks so not happy.
all right.
Don't jump for joy
Wow,
or anything
thank you.
there.
Thank you very
Shit. He's like sitting there going, I'm going to beat Steven up. Is he calling
And
me?
action.
He could be. He might have your phone number. You never know.
Oh, it's 911.
I'm listening to the audio.
Okay, well, hold on. Wow. And here he is. Let's see. Get F. Gary Gray or the original director Rob Cohen. For what? What do we need F. Gary Gray for? Monkey.
The director
Hold on.
of the Fast and Furious films walked off the set 1 week into filming. Justin Lin quit the film.
Wow. Yeah.
He's done
Yeah, I
something.
remember that story now. I don't know how you could tick the dude off to get him to walk off the film. And also, didn't she post something to Twitter, a picture of her with Jason Momoa?
Uh-oh.
Brie Larson?
I didn't see it if she did.
Oh, no.
I hope it was a joke, because she was saying that she was basically implying that Jason Momoa has been added to the cast.
Well, hasn't he?
So
I thought that had been confirmed already.
I don't
didn't hear
well,
that.
I don't know. I haven't heard that. If he has, then good luck. I mean, wow.
I'm not seeing any pictures with.
Now you got
I'm
me
seeing her with
curious.
Vin Diesel. Yeah, I'm not seeing. If she did, it's gone now. I'm not seeing anything with her and Momoa anywhere.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Okay, I'll have to try to look that up. But I guess that's it for the show. So, again, I'd like to thank Das Wolfman. I'd like to thank Deleted Scenes and the main man himself, Mr. Fat Steven Seagal. You guys are incredible. And everyone in the chat, thank you. Thank you for turning up short notice. Again, forgive me and my lack of true computer skills. I am definitely not as smooth and as good at this as Gary. I hope to eventually get better, but seeing as how I probably screwed this up, they'll probably never let me do this again. So from everyone, including myself here at Visioncon, I'd just like to say thank you and have a really, really, really good weekend.
All right, I think I got the right outro. Bye, everybody. Yes, will you smile at least a little? Jesus. I'm not ending until he smiles. Come on, Das Wolfen, smile. I know you can hear me.
What?
Smile.
There you go. That's the fakest smile ever. Goodbye, everybody.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and channel. Also, please leave a comment, and we'd like to know what you thought of the episode, as well as letting us know if there's something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member of Pop Culture Minefield now. Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.